A budget code is used to label and identify an area of spending for a city agency within a unit of appropriation. But you might be thinking, what does that even really mean? And why does it matter? So let's look at a real-world example. The New York City Department of Cultural Affairs awards public funding to arts and culture programs for nonprofits across the city. Some of the funding they distribute is given to them by City Council through a process called discretionary funding. Over the last decade, a large share of DCLA spending has gone towards funding for members of the Cultural Institutions Group, but it was impossible to tell what portion of that came from mayoral funding versus what came from City Council, because the budget lines for CIG members combined these two sources of funding. So even though we could track the part of council funding to DCLA that was non-CIG related, we couldn't track the overall amount from the council. In fiscal year 2025, new discretionary budget codes were created to break out council funding to members of CIG, which means that now we can actually see the full picture of council funds to DCLA as a whole. For 2026, for instance, we can confidently say that council funding to DCLA is budgeted for $53 million in total, and that makes up 18%, nearly a fifth, of DCLA's budget. And that's why budget codes are important. The more specificity you have in the budget, the easier it is to track where city funding comes from, where it goes, and who is accountable. Basically, it boosts government transparency. In our newest report, we break down the history of DCLA expense funding over the past decade, so be sure to check it out.